Hello everyone, my name is RagingRaptor and welcome to a new World of Tanks preview video, and today we getting a very old friend. It's a map which was already tested and showcased before 1.0, and the map is called Japort, Japanese port, and this is how it looks, at least the minimap. Look, this map, again, a little bit of history. This map was already planned out before 1.0's release, so we already had it back then lingering around in the files of Wargaming's archives, basically. Wargaming, however, decided to say, you know what, we don't really need that map right now, because 1.0 is around the corner. There are so many maps we still need to do into HD, the glorious HD, which gave us such amazing things, that it just kind of slowly went away. But apparently Wargaming was once again going through its folders and suddenly, oh, look at that. There we have a map. And the new map, Japort, or Japanese port, and yes, that's a pun on words, is back at it again. Now, let's have a quick look of the whole map. And I can already tell you a little bit some issues I'm having with this map, or like some problems I'm seeing. First things first, I want to point out this is an incredible early iteration of the map. It is not in any kind of way going to be looking like that, because there are a lot of placeholder stats still around, placeholder objects, and they still need to plan out a lot. It's just, it's a basic concept. If you're like an engineer, you start to sketch something, it looks shady, it looks crappy, but it gets the basic idea over. And this is the basic idea. You will see that we have both caps over here and one over here. We have routes like this to go around here and get pretty quick into the enemy caps. We do have a bunker right here into the middle, and we have a glacier-like way around the map. And we have an open field, which you basically, or most likely, can't really use. Now let's have a look at position number 1, or the whole number 1 area, and you can see now we are looking from the left hand side into the map and you can see we have now here our glorious cargo ship, with which its deck literally just has 2 rectangles, again placeholders. But here you can see you can get over the cargo ship over 2 ways, and you can also see that those warehouses are the same you can see in Pilsen. So they also have this destroyable doors, the big ass doors. You can go around inside, and it will be also interesting to see what is going to happen with this middle position you can see right here, or right here if you are using the laser pointer, because this position right there is going to be a bunker. You can drive up on the bunker, but you can also drive into the bunker. And another thing will be interesting to see what Wargaming is going to do with those bridges right here, because right now they're just stone bridges, and I highly doubt they will be just stone bridges. I'm pretty sure there will be something with hydraulics, or look like something like hydraulics, because in the end, if you would just make stone bridges for a ship which wants to get away, you have to tear down that stone bridge, or you're using that crane there to take away those stone stuffs. From the other side, we are now looking into one of the middle positions. We were around over there in the previous picture. Now we came like this, and now going in like here, and you can see there is no ship in this warehouse right now. You can just drive through here, and you have some positions to side scrape off from here, and obviously on the other side. In general, this map definitely looks like a map purely very reminiscent of Pilsen, because you have this heavy focused position right here, which is purely for heavies and side scraping positions. And by the way, it's a good thing. We don't need hull down only. We don't need another Ruinberg. It's kind of annoying that Ruinberg is literally hull down city right now, if you ask me. Again, this was the first position, and around this was the second position we were just looking at. Now we have a look at the bunker position in the middle right here. And you can see, you can get up here. However, I ask myself, why should you get up there, like in a EBR, for example, or in a very fast light tank, or even a very fast medium tank? The point is, you can basically use this as an active scouting position. You can go like yeet, go up here, spot the people going there, and go like this away. But if you're like in a very fast medium tank, you might also go over here and try to shoot there. Problem is, again, this is very open, and Getting up here is very easy. Getting up there is very easy. So it's kind of questionable to actually go up here. If there would be more stuff added to there, you could use this as a viable option. And it's not going to be as cancerous as, for example, mines. Because mines, the biggest problem with mines is you have one choke point. If you can't get up this one choke point, it's over. You can't get on the hill. But here we have, like, as far as I know, this is a way up, there is a way up, this is a way up, and over there is a way up. So we have 4 separate routes you can get up onto this position. So I do say it's a very interesting one, especially if you can get shot at from up there. So I would wish for some more cover right here to just hide a little bit, you know, see what we can do. And again, this is raised for a reason. This is a bunker, because if you look down there, you can see you can go into there, and there are different sections you can go into. However, there is no map. We don't know how it's going to look and how it's going to play out, especially with wargaming, so World of Tanks, sometimes wonky third person. Especially in enclosed areas, they can be a little bit frustrating to use. We'll see how this is going to pan out. Now, position number 3 is the whole airfield, and again, once again, and again, it is a placeholder. Look at that. Spitfires on a Japanese airport during a World War II setting. Makes no sense, really. But yeah, this is probably going to get changed. They will probably import or use some models they used in World of Warplanes. And problem is with this position I'm having right here is it is so open. You can just drive up here and that's about it. You can't really use that. Maybe for an active scout, use that as cover, use this position over there as cover. Maybe as a passive scout, try to spot what is up here or what is up here. But I don't really see that much use anyway. It's kind of awkward. Like it feels like a lot of dead space. And not in the horror kind of game. It's just space you can't really play. It kind of feels like the open field on Malinovka. You can't really play it because it's just so open that everything except for a light tank or even anything except for an EPR can really use it. You can also see that you can drive in here, and there are 2 ways up here, which are a little bit reminiscent of province, and you can hide down there, which is also fairly interesting. In general, I do think that Wargame is going to add a lot more irregularities on the... well, actually, no, not really. I don't think Wargame is going to add any irregularities on the field, because it's an airfield and it's supposed to be flat. You don't want to have literally like a rally way for the airplanes to take off from, especially when it is a cargo port, you know. So it will be interesting to see what Wargaming is doing. You can't really add anything right there as well. You might be able to add some lights maybe, or some bushes over here and over here. Maybe make it a little bit harder to get up here. Would be also interesting, like when you have like an active scout which is going around here, you have like a bush row over here, you can use it to snipe over there. And the problem is, though, we don't know how far this is apart. Is it a 500 by 500 map? Is it a 1000 by 1000 map? Is it... whoever knows, you know? But let's go to the last section, and this is the glacier-like positions up here. This position right here looks very strong, like for a tank like the CS63, for a Leopard 1, for a TVP, because if you can spot what is going up here, you have free farm for at least 2 shots, which is very strong and very good to abuse. However, as soon as it's over, you kind of are stuck. You can't really push in there, I think, because it can get shot up from under here if some people are going there. You have a choke point over here, and I don't know. I was very pessimistic when I was doing my German video, but this was also to the lack of sleep and the lack of caffeine. I actually took espresso right now, and I'm a lot more happy to actually do something. It's kind of hard to say how this is going to play out. One thing which I am a little bit on the fence is if I really do like the fact that there are very little bushes, or if I don't like the fact that there's very little bushes. I kind of feel like sometimes less is more, you know. When we, for example, look at the glacier map, it is incredibly hard to spot anybody which is driving up this in this far off position. And there are so many trees around, it is even hard for you as an experienced player to actually actively know, hey, where can I even shoot people from? Like, where are the openings in the street? So I kind of like that there's a lot less foliage blocking your view, but again, it's hard to say if this is going to, or how this is going to affect the maps in general. One thing I do kind of wish when we're once again looking at the minimap right here is, I don't know, maybe some anti-aircraft emplacements which can give a little bit of cover, like which are with bigger sandbags or stuff like this, which could help you to, for example, when you want to go over here, you have this position right there, something like that. It's very hard to say for me. It's still, again, a super early prototype, and again, I'm still a little bit on the fence. It kind of feels again like Pilsen, you know. You have this position which is probably not getting used a lot. You have this corridor right here, which instead of not getting spotted, you will be constantly spotted. And you have the heavy dreamland paradise position with RD cover, etc, etc, etc. But the good thing is, so far it doesn't look like it's going to be a hold down dream again. We do kind of need other maps which aren't hold down focused, because in the end, otherwise, tanks like the Chieftain and the Super Conqueror will just dominate again, which is a little bit boring. So in conclusion, new maps is always fine. Will be interesting to see how this one, Japort, is going to develop out. And now is the question, what do you have for feedback? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know in general, because as far as I know, Wargaming's employees are watching the feedback you are giving in those comment sections, because we actually did have this discussion. It is a little bit unfortunate for them because they have to go through a lot of stuff, but they are doing that feedback, and it gets relayed forward to Wargaming. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I see you around, and good luck on the battlefield. Cheers, my friends. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe for your latest World of Tanks and War Thunder news. Bye bye.